The Nigeria police force has been ordered to pay 30 million naira to Omoyele Sowore, and they are refusing. Not delaying, not quietly appealing, flat out refusing. And that should make every single Nigerian stop whatever they are doing right now and pay close attention, because this is not just about one man. This is about whether the law in this country means anything at all, or whether it only applies to people who cannot afford to fight back. Here's the full story. In October 2025, Lagos State Commissioner of Police Moshood Jimoh looked Nigerians in the eye and told Omoyele Sowore, a free citizen with no criminal charge against him and no court-issued warrant on his name, to stay out of Lagos entirely. Not a caution, not an invitation to come and discuss anything, a directive. Stay away from an entire state. Then, on November 3, 2025, CP Jimoh went even further and declared Sowore publicly wanted, accusing him of planning to lead a protest on the Third Mainland Bridge over the demolition of homes in the Oworoshoki community. The police said it was a public safety matter, but when they got to court, they could not answer one simple question. Where was the arrest warrant? Where was the judge's signature? Where was a single legal document giving any police officer in this country the right to brand a Nigerian citizen as wanted without due process? There was nothing, absolutely nothing. So, Sowore went to court. And on Friday, February 20, 2026, Justice Musa Kaakaki of the Federal High Court in Ikoyi, Lagos, sat down and delivered a judgment that ran for over an hour. He did not mince words. He called CP Jimoh's directive to stay away from Lagos arbitrary and unconstitutional. He called the wanted declaration illegal, an abuse of power, and completely beyond anything the law permits. He reminded every Nigerian that you cannot declare a citizen wanted without a valid court warrant, without proper notice, and without solid evidence that the person is actively evading a legitimate legal process. Justice Kaakaki went further and held the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, personally and vicariously responsible for what happened under his command. Then he awarded 30 million naira in damages, to be paid to Sowore. Judgment delivered, case closed. Except it is not closed, because here is where this story goes from serious to deeply troubling. During the case itself, while a restraining order was already in place, CP Jimoh sat down on national television, on Channels Television, and announced on camera with the whole country watching that his declaration that Sowore remains wanted was still standing. A court order was in place. This man went on morning television and said it anyway. The court had to issue a specific warning to him, and even after all of that, even after Justice Kaakaki's blistering judgment and 30 million naira in damages, today, Monday, February 23, 2026, Sowore has come out publicly to announce that the Nigeria police force has not paid a single kobo. No payment, no communication, no compliance, just silence and open defiance from the very institution that is supposed to be the guardian of law and order in this country. And if you think the story ends there, it does not. The police filed an appeal at the Court of Appeal on the exact same day the judgment was delivered. The same day. They walked out of that courtroom where a judge had just torn their conduct apart in public and immediately filed papers arguing that freedom of movement is not absolute and can be limited in the interest of public safety. So, they are fighting the judgment in the appeals court while simultaneously ignoring it on the ground. That is where things stand right now. Now, if you have been on this channel for any length of time, you already know we call things exactly as they are. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on your notifications, because this is the kind of story we stay on from beginning to end, and this case is far from over. Here is the part that should keep every Nigerian up at night. Sowore has lawyers. He has Sahara reporters. He has a platform that reaches millions. And even with all of that, he is standing here today telling the world that a court order is being openly ignored. So what happens to the ordinary Nigerian, the market trader, the student, the widow in a rural community who faces the same police abuse with no camera, no counsel, and no following? That person does not get a judgment. That person does not even get a hearing. They just suffer and nobody talks about it. That is the real wound underneath this headline. Sowore's lead counsel, Barrister Tope Temokun, called the ruling a landmark affirmation of constitutional democracy. Sowore himself said the judgment was clear, firm and loud, that abuse of power must have consequences. The question now, the question that matters, is whether those consequences will ever actually land on the people who deserve to feel them. So, here is what we want to know from you today. Should Nigerian law be changed to impose immediate automatic financial penalties on any police officer found personally responsible for violating a citizen's fundamental rights with zero delays and zero appeals on that specific penalty? Drop your answer in the comments right now, share this video with at least one person who needs to see it, and if this story moved you even slightly, like it so more Nigerians can find it. We will be tracking every development in this case and bringing it straight to you.